Hey you, so on this video, benefits of stacking gold and silver 50-50. I'm just going to be going over exactly that. It'll be my own personal experience of stacking gold and silver 50-50. So before we jump into this, I'd like to say, if you haven't done so already and you like what you hear /see, please do go ahead and subscribe, and also let me know from your own personal perspective the benefits that you've seen from stacking both 50-50 or even stacking either or 100%. So, and also when we get into this, I'd like to just put a heads up that, you know, we all have our own faith in, i.e. metals, and whatever we're picking, we're all grown-ups. You know, no one's, well, I'd like to think no one's peddling to young kids here. So it's just referring to the comment section. You know, some people have referred to it's getting a little, you know, bullyish down there. No one should have to be leaving comments and then removing them because they're attacked by a lot of the extreme pro-gold guys. There's nothing wrong of having your own beliefs and your own thoughts and opinions and your own facts. It's fantastic when you present them to anybody that may believe otherwise, but when it starts to get too venomous, you know, it's a bad thing. I don't want my platform to be used for that. You know, although I'm laxed and I'm all for all and love, peace and happiness, I don't want people to think that they can, it's a breeding ground where they can attack people that may be pro-silver for whichever reasons. Ultimately, in the end of the day, we're all grown-ups. We're all making our own decisions. And if you're on the right path and you believe you're going to see the big pot of gold at the end of the rainbow, then so be it. You don't need to bash somebody about thinking silver may offer that same opportunity. It is what it is, and we all are coming in different shapes and sizes. So keep it civil is what I'm getting to. You know, there's no one stopping the same people commenting from creating their own channels and seeing what the outcome will be if you're too venomous. So I just want to make that clear in the comment section. Keep it positive. It doesn't even need to be positive. Constructive criticism is always good, but just keep it civil ultimately. So, as mentioned, the benefits I'm going to be referring to would have been adding gold to my stack, so making it a 50-50, but for me, it's not necessarily 50-50. The end of my stack, I'm going to have more aligned to 80-20 in favor of gold. I did pick up a gold ounce first, but came in heavy silver. But I've adjusted that, and I'll just give my reasons as to why and how I came about that adjustment, and currently adding gold to my stack and the benefits that I've personally seen from my own point of view. So everything I'm going to be mentioning is my own personal thoughts and opinions in this video. But once again, let me know yours. So one of the benefits I would say from going 50-50, adding gold. Now I'm referring more to gold is that it's no secret here that even on YouTube land, it's heavy silver. It's pro silver, you know. There's a lot of pundits that made it that way. It's just going to be that metal a lot of people can get in on, you know, entry level, even at current prices. So you get a lot of people coming in. There's been a lot of social platforms that came in heavy silver in the beginning. It's just what happens. A lot of people get turned out, if you want to call it that, by the likes of Kawasaki screaming trash is cash, and then, you know, from there you get onto the Mike Maloney's, and then, you know, you obviously find the Chris Dwaynes and then the Morgans. But I would say there is a problem that I've personally seen, speaking from my own points of views here. Some people end up incredible Hulk stackers, i.e. extremely angry because they got burnt. But I like to, as I've seen, I don't put all my faith in any person or any advice coming from anywhere. So I saw the pitfalls early and adjusted. Some people didn't, and they got stung big time. But these people, they you know, their information is biased. And it should come with a pinch of salt, because whenever somebody's claiming, I don't know how much silver Kawasaki owns, Maloney owns, or Dwayne owns, but I know they all have some type of strong benefit from selling the stuff. Nothing wrong with that. Once again, I've mentioned in many videos, I'm not against somebody selling something. And as I just mentioned in the beginning, I like to believe we're all grown-ups. But I know there's a lot of people out there that's always looking for a shepherd, you know. But we always know what happens to the sheep at the end of the day. So be wary. You know, so that's the benefit I would say, is adding peace of mind to my silver stack, to my 100% silver stack. I saw that early and started tweaking and adjusting that. So that would be the benefit of adjusting my stack, which started off just like a lot of other people's, 100% silver. And that was the bulk of the funds. I was damn near 6 digits in pounds sterling, 100% silver, before I started adding new additions of gold to my stack. So I got that peace of mind, you know. And I'd say with being civil and not, there's been a lot of people that have come onto YouTube from what I've seen since I've been around, And, you know, they all had silver in their name. If it was Mr. New Silver Stack or something silver or silver this, silver that, nothing wrong with that once again, but they all left. And it wasn't on good terms because they all came to some type of conclusion that it didn't give them what they wanted. You could easily say, look, they didn't stick around long enough. They thought it was going to be a get rich quick scheme, you know, but whenever you have your savings or money in any type of vehicle, you're going to be analysing and checking it, regardless of how it does. And when you start looking at certain things and you're told any moment now, you know, rate hikes and interest rates and so many things, and then you realise manipulation, and people start looking and thinking this could technically go on forever, and I've tied up all my money into this person screaming trash is cash, and a Roman soldier got paid an ounce of silver for a month's work, and reality kicks in, and especially when it's your funds and you depend and you got your life savings on it. So this is what happens. So for me, one personally, I realized the peace of mind that came from adjusting and adding 50% or more. As I've mentioned, I intend ultimately, in terms of silver, unless it's a hot collector coin, where I stand, or it's something I believe make a quick buck off, I have all the silver I need. I've done a lot of trading of silver in the past, and my silver stack has drastically changed, even from my foundation video, and I'll get up on an update in time. But you know, adding the gold to my stack gave me that peace of mind from having a 100% silver stack. So that was most definitely a benefit of having you know, a 50-50 technically in terms of that. The next benefit I would say from having a 50-50 stack for myself was the reassurance of gold. You know, gold has many positives in a lot of people's minds and institutions' minds over silver. Once again, like it or don't like it, it just does. With silver, you're always going to be seeing or hearing people saying, well, in time, or silver will be, or it's going to be that are we there yet scenario. I done a video recently stating if it has so much badges and, you know, of so much worth, why isn't it? And it's just not viewed upon that way. Yes, that could most definitely change in future. But as for now, while my funds and my savings are involved in it, I want to see those things now, right here, right now, and know that when silver comes onto its own, gold will also be going on higher and further. So I want to be involved in both, and that's what I did. And so it gave me that reassurance of knowing that I now had my savings. You could technically say not on a wish and a whim, but, you know, on certainty, on a fact that I was involved and invested in the better metal, full stop. And that's the way wealth, money, banking institutions and everybody else saw it. So that's going to be another benefit that came to me adding gold and making my stack a 50-50. So a third reason, plus side to add in or making your stack 50-50 would be seeing gains. A lot of people have referred to this also in the comments, and I was just touching on when you look at your money, whether it's in an IRA, whether it's in a pensions account, whether it's in a savings account, you know, bonds, premium bonds, whatever you have your money tied up in, you're going to get some form of a statement, you know, quarterly, annually, however that may come. And I've had people tell me, look, they've had over $50K, $50,000, and when they see the interest made on it, damn near $5, down $10 at best, and it's pathetic. You know, and so they want to take their cash out of their fiat or their digital fiat and put it into something that they can see working for them. The same applies in metals, whether you like it or not, you know, whether, depending on how you got into this and your motives and reason for getting to this, you want to see your stack on paper doing well. The last thing you want to see is it not doing well. You have a large amount invested in it. That could be the situation of your pure silver. And then be in a situation where you're saying, you know, when the day comes, once again, are we there yet? Having it in gold, depending on when you buy or not depending on when you buy, you can actually see gains. And I saw that automatically once I was a lot more 50% invested in gold. So it's good seeing gains. Everybody wants to see gains. It gives you that nice gushy warm feeling. Everybody's different, but looking at your stack and seeing losses could ultimately lead to why a lot of people have left. You know, they all have their own reasons. You'd have to ask them, but no one likes looking at their savings, you know, not knowing why they got in. Everybody got in for different reasons and seeing it in the red. You know, you want to be able to look at your stack and your savings on your spreadsheet or wherever you calculate and log down your numbers and see it's in the green. And that's just one thing, a massive positive I got and you will get when you get into gold. Why? Because it's a total different metal when it comes to purchasing, you know, less premiums, UK, Europe wise, no VAT to pay on it. It has its benefits, you know, especially in the UK if you're purchasing purely from it, as many have mentioned also with the VAT, the premiums, you're at a loss automatically. You don't have the same situation with gold. So for a UK stacker even, it's not advised to be 100% silver. I totally advise against it. A lot of the people they're listening to, once again, they have a vested interest when they're promoting the metal, and you don't know whether they actually own or stack the metal. Are they snake oil salesmen? Who knows? But, you know, you need to take that into account when you're putting your life savings into this. You know, you can't be banking on somebody else's wish or somebody else's dream, getting them further and further up the ladder, and you could be digging yourself into a deeper hole. So seeing gains was a fantastic and a great feeling, being invested in the shiny sun metal. So another one making my stack 50-50, a benefit I personally saw was selling without losses. You know, it happens. You know, I've seen people, I've done trades of large silver monster boxes, and you believe it or not, even myself, I've run into this problem. People run into problems where they need to tuck into their funds. As you may put the funds into something and think you'll never need to touch it, and it just isn't the case. I've known stackers on YouTube that have been here for damn near, or stacking for damn near 8 to 10 years, and a lot happens in that time frame. A lot happens. You can start a new business, or a business venture can pop up from what I've seen, and you need to sell. You can have kids if you don't have kids already, and they become extremely expensive. A lot happens and you need to sell. The last thing you want to have is 100% this stuff. I've only seen pain and heard of more pain and a lot of pain when people have needed to liquidate a lot and they've only had their silver stack to touch upon. Having gold in the stack, you know, if you go 5 years back now from picking up an ounce of gold to now, you can sell now and you're going to be in the green. You're not going to have no losses. You know, I wouldn't even say at best break even. You're going to be on the up regardless, just in terms of premium straight away. It's a different case with silver. Even though I purchased at a fantastic point, it's what a dealer's willing to pay. A dealer's not necessarily always going to pay you current spot, plus or minus. They can easily say, look, this is what we're going to offer you at this time. And it's all about when and how. There's so much technicalities that come in when it comes to liquidating silver that just do not happen with gold. So that is another strong point in its favor. And to add in more gold to your stack, i.e. making your stack 50-50, the process is a lot more easy when it's taking this stuff, and you're gonna get what it says on the tin, and that's spot price, whatever it is. No technicalities. The spot price on gold, as that takes a dive, was to, for instance, double right now, and the same happened to silver. Dealers would be more inclined to sooner give you the payment on gold than on silver. You know, I'm not saying that they'll do that immediately. Some may, some won't, but, you know, it's easily been said that they would hold out for a little while because they know it can swing either way. So they would, the egg would be on their face if they'll start trading automatically and giving you that double spot price. But they'd feel a lot more comfortable creeping and paying you towards gold. Just is, once again, a lot less bulk to move around. You know, a lot easier for them to also move on, and it's just viewed the better metal even when it comes to selling. So that comfort of selling without losses is always going to come when you have some of this stuff in your stack. So you may absolutely hate the stuff and think it's bad, and know that, you know, you're going to stack this because the ratio says so, and when the time comes you're going to convert to this, so you're ultimately going to end up gold anyway, unless you believe silver's going to ultimately overtake gold at some point. Who knows? But, you know, having this in your stack for that emergency fund for when it does happen, you will end up thanking yourself, because you'll be selling with no losses, maybe even gains, and you can always pump the money back into it should it be. So you can have that gold buffer zone, as it said. You'll definitely see the benefits of that. So that's going to be my roundup and wrap up of the benefits of stacking gold and silver 50-50. For me, as mentioned, I'm going to ultimately end it with 20%. Now, 50-50, again, is not 1 ounce for 1 ounce. It's going to be dollar or pound worth. So, you know, say 1,200 in gold, you want 1,200 in silver. That's 50-50. For me, ultimately, I want 80-20. So 80% gold, 20% silver. I technically have all of the best silver coins I want now anyway, and foundation coins, so I may end it from there and add only when I see opportunities, or purchase for damn near at spot price, an extreme opportunity. That's how I'm going to be moving forward. But those have been the benefits for myself, and I think anybody else watching this could learn from. I've got no vested interest. I think it's one of those things you can definitely learn from. All the pros of silver that you could watch or hear from any pundit, I would say, you know, that ultimately if they're not promoting having some gold in your stack, and even if you've got gold, you know, there's more pros to owning gold than owning silver. I'll tell you that all day long, hands down, full stop. But, you know, there is pros to also having silver, but I personally don't feel it's wise or advisable to have 100% silver at times like this now. We don't know what's going to happen should that magic day come and it's metals time and we start seeing crazy prices in gold and silver. You know, it's gold and silver ultimately we're all watching. Of course, there's palladium and rhodium, and they're doing crazy things at the moment. But these are the ones more people are vested in, interested in, bank stock, and, you know, take. And it's the one, it's the people's champ, you know, the underdog. So let me know your benefits if you have any for stacking one or preferring both, or the wiser model of approaching or stacking both 50-50. Or majority of people that really dislike Incredible Hulk stackers and silver have been burnt in some way, shape or form. So let me know how you got burnt, so, you know, people can definitely learn from your mistakes. But once again, please keep it civil, people. My platform cannot and will not be used to, you know, settle silver vendettas or, you know, any meowing in. So hey, all love it, guys. Let me know what you think of this video. Please do go ahead and subscribe if you haven't done so already, and I'll catch you guys on the rebound.